7:44 live shots from the beach. Gorgeous, gorgeous outside. And I know we have to talk back to school, but we want to make sure you're prepared. Lesley Scorgie, author and personal finance expert, joining us once again. Welcome.
Good morning.
This is a great topic because managing finances, especially for university students, surviving on that budget is key. And you've worked with plenty of people to know what the key mistakes are. What is the biggest blunder you see financially?
So I see students taking on far too much debt, and we have a rule that we like to recommend, which is that if you are going to take a student loan, that you should only take 1.5 times the cost of your tuition. Otherwise, you're going to end up with way too much debt. So if you have to take it, put a cap on it. Now you can make up the difference though by having a part-time job, getting some kind of gig in the summertime, and funding the rest. But with that kind of cap that you put in place, it does help so that you aren't saddled with so much. What is really unfortunate is we have so many students going into post-secondary because they don't have enough. Their parents maybe didn't save quite enough in their RESPs. And we have some recent statistics that show from Knowledge First Financial and from Ipsos that all of these students are having to turn to multiple forms of debt, and so are their parents. This has some pretty long-term implications. Not only do you have student loans, but you might also have lines of credit. Maybe parents are cashing in their retirement savings or selling their house to pay for the finances. So as a student, what we want to be mindful of is don't take on too much, and make sure that you've got some kind of plan when you graduate.
Well, you mentioned RESP, so what are good forms of debt for students? If you can work part-time, knock that number down just a bit, but using debt strategically to your advantage.
That's right. So student loans aren't all bad. In fact, when you graduate, you can in some cases write the interest off. Where I see students getting into trouble is credit card debt. So you know it, you walk onto campus and the first thing that you see within maybe 2-3 minutes is somebody flagging you down to sign up for the latest and greatest credit card.
Oh, I remember that. Do you want $5,000 on that card? You're like, what?
And you're thinking it's free money because before you got to university, you probably didn't even have a card. You had no experience with debt. So it's easy. It feels like free money, so you're going out to spend it. And those interest rates are 18, 19, 20%. So that's where I see students also making big errors, is using the wrong kind of debt. Use those loans.
So if we want to manage the idea of being on top of the money game, apps, what's out there? What can we use to really be good with our money?
Budgeting is absolutely key. And we're talking students that are the most proficient with technology of any generation. We have apps like Mint or You Need a Budget. These are free apps that you can download and manage your money right on your mobile device. What is also very cool about these is that they will notify you. They'll ping you to tell you, hey, you've spent too much money on beer, or you're over top on your cell phone bill. Those types of reminders can help corral the spending so that you keep within what you do have.
And if for anybody just starting to manage the money game, if they're overwhelmed by the idea, why is keeping receipts so essential?
I think that for most people, filing taxes on their own for the first time will happen at the age of 18, 19. It's your first year of university. What we don't necessarily know is that all those receipts are worth money. So if you keep your receipts, tuition receipts, expenses related to school, medical expenses, you can actually get money back on your tax refund or your tax return. That is very valuable. And it's also good practice as you move into adulthood with your money. Keeping those receipts is critical.
Receipts and spreadsheets, you're speaking my language.
Yeah.
I like what you're saying. Lesley Scorgie, great information, obviously leading into back to school. Many orientations going on right now, so appreciate having you on.
Thank you.